Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel and yet another Wingspan video. This is another match from the Xenopsaris X-Factor. This is a best of 3 between me and Captain Awesome, and this is the third match. You would have seen in the previous one I went 1-0 ahead from the first game, then lost the second one. So this is the decider. So whoever wins this is going through to the next stage of the competition. So I'm doing this post-game commentary style. Yeah, so I know the result, but we'll go through it together. And yeah, I've got a lot of recordings banked up. I wanted this video to be released a little bit sooner, but I didn't have time to do the post-game analysis. And I've got maybe 6 or 7 more recordings banked up, ready to go, but I can't release them until this one's gone out, which is a bit annoying. So yeah, maybe over the next couple of weeks or so, I might have to release my videos a little bit more frequently, just so then the games are a little bit more relevant. But yeah, it just means obviously that if people are writing comments, you know, saying how I could improve my gameplay, then be aware there's going to be a lagging effect until, you know, those comments can maybe be implemented. Anyway, without further ado, we'll get into this, and we'll see if I can win this one. I think the game volume is very quiet because I'm also watching this on YouTube, so yep. I'm going first here because over the first 2 games I had an advantage in terms of points. So yeah, sorry, I'm still a bit sleepy today, so I haven't woken up properly. So for my starting hand, you know, immediately I'm seeing Bush Tit, not the best wetland option, but we might have to go for it. And it means I'm getting 3 eggs, so you know, win-win. Helps with the final round. Got a cheap bird in terms of the nuthatch. The other ones are not really appealing to me. I mean, maybe long-tailed tit if I wanted to play it to get a little bit more food, but it's not giving me any power apart from allowing me to get a bit more food access. If I'm picking up maybe two cards a turn with the bush tit tucking 1, if the other one I don't want, I can discard it to get extra food. So nice cheap options. We'll just have to roll with it, I think, and got Omnivore Expert again, so hopefully that will work in my favor. And in the tray, nothing exceedingly exciting, unfortunately. I mean, the Sparrow maybe in terms of doing a double play, a White Throat potentially, but White Throat's very expensive, I think, if I remember rightly. So I think I'm just going to play Bush Tit and then just dig for a bit, get a little bit of extra food for the nuthatch. Or maybe play nuthatch, get food, play Bush Tit, and then just dig. That is going to be the way it's going to have to be done, I think. Yeah, lesser White Throat. It's not as expensive as the Red Star, that's right, but we'll have to see. Hopefully I can find something better. So yeah, got a bit of an advantage going first, but obviously the first round tray isn't the best, so, you know, it is what it is. So yeah, Bush Tit's pretty good here because it'll allow me to qualify for 3 of the end of round goals, which is pretty good. No Omnivore Birds yet. I know there's a Coromant in the tray, but I am not picking that up. Not for Omnivore Expert anyway. And obviously that's the problem when I'm playing post-game style. Oh no, when I'm not recording live, that makes sense. I'm not doing my commentary live. I do find I play my turns quicker, but that might be to my detriment, so we'll have to see. As in the last video, you would have seen by the thumbnail meme. I play a little bit faster and looser. It also depends. I can't remember when I played this. This might have been at a weekend. Nuthatch is eager. So I think here I'm going to play Nuthatch first. I'll be able to then pick up the food I need to then get the Bush Tit down. There's obviously a risk here that my opponent might take the food that I need, which is a bit of a problem. But I'm just going to have to hope. I'm going to have to hope here that my opponent's maybe got a petrol and is going to go for the fish and not the not the worm. But if need be, I can get another food and force it down. And my opponent does take the seed, get the grub rather, which is very infuriating, but never mind. I'm just going to have to pick up something else and then just, yeah, I'll force down the bush too, which is a very infuriating. Typical, it's a 50-50. I got it wrong, but never mind. So I'm going to be down one food here, so hopefully that won't cost me too much, but we'll have to see. If I got cards to discard, I can get rid of them. And then my opponent's got the ruff. So this is very sad, because if you've been watching my recent videos, you'll know that the ruff has been a little bit of a friend of the channel. So seeing it suddenly go onto my side, onto my opponent's board, I was not best pleased. But oh well. So I'm laying eggs here just so I can get a little bit more card draw going. So I can pick up 2, tuck 1. I get the egg back, so it's not, you know. And I can then potentially lay eggs again to win the end of round, because my opponent can only get 2 eggs unless they play another ground nest bird. My opponent's priority is just going to be tucking right now. Well, not tucking, but picking up birds in order to tuck at the end of the round. But then they got the grebe, which is a nice little combo, so they're getting a lot of cards. So I'm going to hopefully get the same. That's a nice bird, but not really one I want right now. Willet is okay. It'd get me to the 2 card draw sooner. And it'd be very easy to play this 2 fish in the bird feeder. The other thing I'm thinking about is having to pick up. Okay, so I decided in the end to get rid of it. So I guess I was thinking if I pick up. If I kept it, I'd have to get food, that's one action, play it, and then pick up cards. I'd have maximum 2. I wouldn't be able to win the end of round, but maybe I'd fill up this space. Maybe it was worth going for just to get a cheap thing here so I can... But I suddenly thought, well, I can just keep discarding eggs to get a second card, so it's not the end of the world. I guess I'd be able to allow the bush tit eggs to build up over time. So yeah, maybe that was the wrong choice. Warbler's really nice as high points, but obviously doesn't help me now, which may be the problem. Maybe I should have ditched the Warbler instead. I was thinking about the third end of round as well. We've had a little bit more card draw, I might be able to find a white bird, but sometimes you don't. I remember there's a recent video that Flan from Wingit did, where he was talking about, you know, not getting these white powers, and then look at that, a white power, the Condor suddenly appears. Nice cheap bird, very easy to play for the third end of round. Okay, this chat can go away. So yeah, got a Condor, which is nice. So that'd be very easy to play for the third end of round if I don't find anything else. So yeah, maybe in hindsight I shouldn't have kept the berry from the beginning. Maybe I should have kept something like a fish, because, you know, I was thinking maybe wetland bird. So yeah, maybe I just wasn't thinking ahead about what type of food I might need there, because I could have just played the willet immediately. And bunting's kind of nice. And now a swift. Now the question is, am I going to have enough card draw to be able to utilize this swift? I'm keeping it as an option. You need a lot of card draw. If I could pair it with like a Franklin's Goal or something, then that would be really handy. But I don't have that right now. So my opponent plays Sparrowhawk, so they're definitely going to win the end of round because I'll be able to get 2 birds. So that's a bit unfortunate on my part. But they're seeing more cards than me, so that's just always going to be the way. So yeah, maybe I should have played Willet. But then it doesn't improve my card draw. It just means I don't spend eggs to do so. Says Jay, nice bird for omnivore, but it's very expensive. And then the wren, which is not useful at all. So at the moment, all those turns of picking up cards, unfortunately, have not really, they're not been very fruitful. And I've just suddenly realised my opponent here might lay eggs to win the end of round. And that's a problem. because those two birds were not really worth picking up. And then, you know, next time that happens, the deck resets and my opponent suddenly has a raven sitting there, which I could have picked up. So yeah, I think my opponent here is going to lay eggs to win the end of round, right? Oh no, they tie it. Interesting. Interesting. Merganser's nice. I'm gonna have a, well, especially now that rodent's been taken, I'll be able to get a Hopefield worm and a fish pretty easily here. So yeah, Merganser's kind of what I want right now, because I need something to compete with this Grebe. Pleated Woodpecker. Potentially quite decent here with a nuthatch. It's going to be a bit difficult to play now though, unfortunately. So I guess the question is, what do I do? Do I reset the trade or hope I can get the thing I need for the woodpecker? Or do I try and prioritize the Merganser? And it looks like I'm going to prioritize the Merganser here. I get rid of, wow, okay, I get rid of Condor because I'm just hoping I can play this Warbler third round. It's worth more points. Maybe I should have got rid of the Warbler and just kept the easy Condor, but never mind. Well, I'm going to get this Merganser down, so I'll at least be able to draw a little bit more cards. Now, in hindsight, with the tree or the bird feeder resetting as it did, I could have picked up a berry and a worm, and I could have got the woodpecker down and then picked up food. Now, I wouldn't have had the food for the Merganser, but could have potentially done something else. I don't know what the correct order of things there. But then, I guess my fear was, what would happen if I reset the whole bird feeder and then I didn't get either a berry or a worm? Then I'd suddenly be stuck in a situation where I don't have the food for either of these two birds. Whereas there's a fish, there's like, right, let's pick up a fish, and then the chance of me getting a worm are, it's not 100%, but it's, you know, there's a better chance. Rather than having to get a berry and a worm. The fish was guaranteed, so maybe I made the wrong choice there. But at least I can get a few more cards now, so then I can discard, hopefully get the food for the woodpecker. Oh, that's right. The tuck card's the second end of round, not first end of round. So the Sparrowhawk was played in advance, but that's fine. That's fine for my opponent. I'm taking food, so I'm just gonna keep digging. Yellowhammer, again, another. I was gonna say friend of the channel. I think that would be a little bit disingenuous. It's featured on the channel, and I've not got on well with it. Yeah, just don't even entertain that. So I gotta get rid of something. Probably the Grebe, I'd say. Come on, you want to get rid of the Grebe? See, I'm not. Eh? Okay, I'm not quite sure why I did that exactly. Laying eggs would have been decent. I've got Swallow here, which is pretty nice. I hope to be able to get a worm pretty easily, so that I can then start doing stuff with that. Now there's a worm. The question is the worm going to stay there? That's the question. Probably not. Nope. Too much to ask for. Too much to ask for. Ah, man. So yeah. No. I've had this before where... Oh, okay. Am I getting rid of it? Yep. Yeah, okay. I've had people commenting before I should be keeping the woodpecker, and I completely understand why. I think at this moment I was just very frustrated that that worm had been taken from me because I wanted to get the swallow down, and I could have then laid eggs and started tucking with it. Now in hindsight, given the way the bird feeder went, it'd be much better if I got the food for the woodpecker, play woodpecker, because I had eggs available. And then I could have picked up food a couple of times and then played Merganser, but then oh well. And I would have had better food access there because I would have had 2 food rather than 1 food a turn. I wouldn't have had to discard cards for it. My opponent's getting 2 caches from Screech Owl, which is, again, very infuriating. And now they've got Junko, so I'm now forced down the Swallow, which is not what I want to be doing. Yeah, I think I kind of lost my head at this moment, to be honest. Because now, like, my egg access is pretty rubbish, to be honest. I'm only getting it from Bush Tip. If I'd had the Woodpecker in the forest, I would be able to actually get food and legs at the same time. I would have got 2 eggs a turn. And if I'm going to the wetland, I would have got eggs from Bush Tit. Swallow Gang could have gone into the grasslands potentially instead. Or if I keep it in the wetlands, fine. But yeah. Yeah, it's all a bit messed up. I prioritized the Merganser and not the egg and food combo first. So yeah, I remember this now. I'm starting to lose my head a little bit. I do find this game, sometimes, depending on my mood, can be very infuriating. When it works, and it's a beautiful game. But sometimes it's very infuriating. But that's fine. I mean, I can't blame anyone but myself. It's all my own doing. So yeah, I should have prioritized getting Woodpecker down and just gambled on the bird feeder. Or if not, I could have picked up food a couple of times. Yeah, because that would have made my life so much easier. Because I would have not had to really think about grasslands. I could have just prioritized doing forest and wetland for a lot of the game. So now, yeah, I've got the situation where I've got quite a few cards, but then I've got no food, so I have to go and get food, and it's just, yeah, it's all becoming very awkward. And I need a lot more food to play things like the Warbler, for example. So, yeah. Again, Pleated Woodpecker. I've seen it being done, and you know, when I look at the cards, like, oh yeah, that is very obvious. I don't know why I discarded it. I think I was just worried about not getting the food, whereas then the fish was right there. If my opponent had re-rolled the feeder and there was a berry and a worm just sitting there, then I think I would have absolutely just picked it up and then gone for the woodpecker. I mean, again, easy for me to say in hindsight. The fact that I was having to re-roll it, I was so scared of the possibility of getting food for neither bird. I'd be stuck like I can't play Merganser, nor can I play Woodpecker. But maybe I should have just gone, nah, never mind. I'll just then pick up food a second time and force down Woodpecker or something. So it'd make life so much better for me. Because then imagine if I got then Chickadee later, then I could have had, you know, this 3-bird, you know, pretty cheap forest setup where I was getting 2 caches a turn, plus 2 food, plus 2 eggs, plus I could be discarding cards to get more food. I could just ignore the grassland, and I could just alternate between forest and wetland for a lot of the time. So yeah, kind of screwed up the game for myself, unfortunately, but hey ho, all part of the learning process, right? That's what I'll keep telling myself. And I've got now to get rid of the condor, so I'm not able to play that cheap bird that I wanted to. I mean, I've got a Carolina Wren, but I mean, come on. I'd rather have Condor at this point than Wren, so that was a bit stupid. I just put all my hopes on, yeah, I'll be able to play this Warbler, I don't want to throw it away, and then now look. I'm not quite sure what I'm doing here. I'm almost tempted to play the Swift, so then I can actually, you know, get rid of cards and get food. I'm that desperate for food, I'm even tempted of playing the Swift, but that's just asking for trouble. So I get this Chickadee down, so at least now I've got my 2 food set up. I could have had it, I don't know, 3-4 turns ago. Because I'm recording quite a lot of my games in advance, I know what's happening. I do promise that I do get better. My scores are going to increase, guys, I promise. Just right now, I'm in a little bit of, in terms of win-loss streaks, I'm a little bit of a low, but that's okay. But I will get out of it, and I know, because I have gotten out of it. If I've recorded quite a lot of games in advance. The wins are coming, guys, I promise. Your loyal dedication to watching the videos will pay off. You will see me winning games. Yeah, I was in quite a losing streak at this point. And then you just get a bit flustered, especially after I won the first game in the best of 3. I was like, oh right, okay, this is going well, and then it sort of starts falling apart a little bit. Get the chickadee down. You know you want to. So I think here the only chance I got is just play chickadee, get food, play Ren, so at least I qualify for the end of round, and then just keep just trying to get Acolyte, yeah. Yeah, there you go. That's the one you want. That's the one you want. So I mean, I am getting like, I'm getting 2 caches a turn, which is decent, but if I'd had the eggs as well from the woodpecker, that's looking at then 4 points a turn plus at least 2 food. So yeah, that's a problem. But this game went by in such a blur, I didn't even remember having the woodpecker. It was only when I was looking through the footage just very, very quickly before recording just now. And I saw me discarding the woodpecker. I'm like, why am I discarding the woodpecker there? It's so obvious that I want to play that. And that's the problem. My opponent's now, why? Play Wren. Oh my god. Play the Wren. Am I just going to play the Warbler instead of the Wren? I mean, fair enough. It gives me more points. There's nothing really in the tray I want. I mean, maybe the Ibis potentially for points. But the problem is now my opponent's now playing things like Spoonbill. So they've got a better setup than I do. And they're getting bonus cards on top of it. It's just, yeah, it's asking for trouble. I don't even have any Omnivore birds yet. I don't think so. So that's very sad. Okay, so at least I finally get Warbler down. But now I'm running into the problems like I'm not going to have enough eggs. If I want to build out this forest or this wetland even more, I don't have eggs. So that woodpecker would have come in very handy to have eggs from 2 sources. And the Screech Owl giving 3 caches is kind of also tilting me because I never get caches from that Sonic Bird. Yeah, but now they got 3 bonus cards. They're going to tuck with the ruff all the time. Yeah, it's just... yeah, it's not gonna... Not ideal. And then I get White Stork, which would have been lovely about 10 turns ago. That's the problem. You find the game kind of trolls you a little bit. Like, where were you earlier? So I mean, I can try and get this down, but then also the bird feeder's not really in the right position. I have to discard a card. So yeah, I mean, White Stork's good. It hits the final end round as well. It hits Omnivore Expert, so I mean, yeah, I have to play this Stork. It's gonna boost my score up a bit, but I haven't really got a good engine going, unfortunately. I mean, what other grassland bird I'm going to play to try and get to 3 eggs per turn? Maybe the Swift. I just pick up something from the tray every time and just dump it on the Swift. Could do that, I suppose. Not a very impressive, because the problem is I'm going to have to be playing this Stork in the end of the final round, which is not what you want. So if I'm picking up food at least once, but even then that's it's got to be at least twice, and then I'm playing Stork and Swift, I'm only laying eggs once. It's pretty crap, to be honest. So yeah, very underwhelming end of the game, unfortunately. And there's things there now like King Rail and things like, oh, I want to be picking that up. I want to be playing it because it's Omnivore and it's a bonus card. But I won't have the eggs to play it. And I don't have the food to play it right now. So yeah, it's just, yeah. Very sad state. I mean, fortunately now the bird feeder is working in my advantage. So I mean, I just need to get White Stork down. Extra food? Yeah, I guess so. I mean, where is these cards going to go? Really? I picked up the berry. Interesting. That doesn't really make sense to me. I should have rerolled that to get a worm. So I could have got a second worm potentially for the Swift. Yeah, I don't really know what that was about. Oh, if they're going to give me food, then that works for me. So I'm going to play White Stork. So if they give me food, which is what I expect them to do, I'll be able to play the Swift. So I made a mistake, but now my opponent's going to fix my mistake for me. Which is not really how you should be playing the game. You should be playing optimally yourself, and not assume that your opponent's going to do what you want it to do to, what you want them to do to fix your own mistakes. So there you go. Thanks for the food. So I'm going to take that, play Swift, and then just lay eggs twice, which is feels a very underwhelming end of the game, but it's still 5 points a turn, right? So better than nothing. I had 1 egg, which is possible for that. Currently, I can tie the end of round. I got 3 of these. Is it platform nests? Is that what they're called? Yeah, platform nests. But if my opponent gets more eggs down, I haven't looked at my opponent's board very much. I think I was kind of tilted, and then they got Puffin, and it's just like, well, how am I going to compete with against? They got probably more bird points. Or maybe we're quite similar, but they got 4 bonus cards rather than 1. And it's not like I had a good engine going at the beginning to compensate for those points that my opponent's now getting. And then there's a prairie chicken that comes up, and it's just like, oh man. I mean, my opponent's not be able to get it anyway. They've only got 1 turn left. But yeah, when you look at the final score and you're seeing 62 points at this stage of the game, yeah, that's not a winning combo, is it? So the fact they're getting 12 tucks from the ruff plus a couple more elsewhere, then 4 bonus cards, yeah, it's just yeah. If I had an engine going at the beginning and I was able to play a lot more sort of big point birds, that might be able to compensate for it, but I didn't, so I'm not going to be able to. You can kind of figure already, and then, yeah, obviously they got the Puffin, so that means they win the end of round. And we'll see in the final round what I've got. Hermit Thrush. Now I'm getting bonus card puts. So, yeah. So yeah, it all looks very easy now when you see it in hindsight. Also, when it's not just in hindsight, but also when I'm watching like other people play and they'd explain their decision making, it's like, oh yeah, it's so obvious, like that's really well played, blah blah blah. And then the minute you try to play it, it's like it suddenly becomes this Everest task you have to overcome. So yeah, I think with a little bit more. I mean, I'm not saying I would have won. I'm not saying that at all. I mean, you can tell my opponent's gonna win. Like this is so obvious. I got more eggs though. Come on. Yeah, so yeah, quite a big loss in the end, unfortunately. So I'll pause that there before anything else happens. Actually, do I look at their bonus cards or not? I can't remember. They didn't get many points from bonus cards in the end. For 3, 6 points, dietitian, 12. Oh, they actually got quite a lot. Oh, it was the eggs they didn't get many of, that's right. So, I mean, decent haul from bonus cards, all things considered. Yeah, and like the thing is, like when you look at their board, I mean it's 96 points, but it doesn't like scream like an amazing board. But they just managed to pick up lots of little bits and points. The ruff giving 12 points is really good. They won most of the end around goals, bonus cards, really really nice. But yeah. I'm not saying I would have won if I'd played, things like the Woodpecker or whatever, but it would have made life a lot easier for me, and then there's a difference might not been as extreme as it was. But then, I wouldn't have had card draw, but then I would have been able to get food to get Maganza down. So yeah, I mean, I got a little bit unfortunate, getting the White Stork so late and all that sort of thing, but I mean, if you don't play well enough up to that point, then you're just going to lose the game anyway, right? So, yeah, I can't complain. A lot of it was my own doing. potentially had a nice, you know, I could have easily just had a situation where, what am I trying to look at? You know, I could have had a situation where grasslands were almost empty unless I got a big point bird like the stork or something just popped up, you know. And I could have just alternated between getting, you know, cards from here, and that, you know, it's still a 1-3 point engine. I'm seeing quite a few cards. 1, 2, 4 points from here because of the woodpecker I would have played instead. Yeah, I could have just ignored it and only played, you know, things like prairie chicken or whatever. They'd come out sooner or whatever. But there you go. That's how it is. So yeah, obviously you can tell I did not progress, which is very, a little bit disappointing given, you know, how well I played in the first game of this best of 3. But you need to play well for all 3, otherwise you're not going to get through, and that's just the fact of the matter. So yeah, very well played to Captain Awesome. They did their job. They got enough points to win, and that's all you could do. So I'm out of this tournament. However, I have some more recordings from the next tournament that started up. It's called the Youngest Mannequin Madness, and I'm going to struggle to say that in every single video. I've got a guaranteed 11 games in that tournament. And the way the groups of 12 have been done, they've been ranked based upon seed. They've been seeded based upon ELO. So there's going to be some high ELO opponents in there, but also going to be some lower ELO. And just FYI, I'm kind of just like in the middle. I was out of the 4 like seeding pots, I was in pot 3. So not the lowest, but still, you know, if we're doing it based upon ELO, I should be getting somewhere between 7th and 9th in the group. But hopefully I can punch a little bit above my weight. It's the top 4 are going to qualify, so it's going to be a tough ask, but we'll see. So yeah, as of the time of this recording going out, I've played about half of the games already. So that's what all those recordings are that I've got banked up. One of them is a post-game commentary, and all the rest are live. I can't wait for you to see them. I think the thumbnails are great, and hopefully the gameplay will be a little bit better for you. I mean, if it is a little bit better. It's not. Don't worry, I'm not getting 71. Don't worry. There's a little bit more. There's a little bit more thought going into them, let's say. So they'll be coming out very soon over the Christmas time. So yeah, during Christmas, videos will still be coming out sort of every 2 or 3 days or so. So yeah, if you think one video every like 2 days is going to be a little bit too much, you know, you can say so. I think maybe 1 in 3 might be the best way, but then it's going to be delayed a bit. So yeah, but there's going to be like there's meant to be 3 or 4 weeks for this group stage of the Youngest Mannequin Madness, but I just managed in 1 weekend pretty much to get like half the games done. So I'm ahead of schedule in that sense. So the games will still be relevant as they're coming out. So yeah. Anyway, so I'm going to stop recording now, guys. So thank you very much for watching and for putting up and bearing with my very suboptimal gameplay. But I think I've identified some of the mistakes at least. If you've noticed something else that I should have done differently, then please feel free to let me know. I would be very intrigued to find out. Yep, and I will pay attention to the pleated woodpecker. That came up in a previous video, and for some reason I ignored it. And I think this is probably the first time since that video that I've actually got that bird in order to use it myself, and I didn't use it. So I'll hopefully redeem myself. If it comes up again and the situation presents where I can play it, then I'll try to. But was I crazy in, was I crazy to prioritize the merganser over the woodpecker given that there was a fish in the bird feeder and I didn't want it to re-roll and not get the food I wanted? Was I crazy to have done that, or should I just gambled on the woodpecker anyway and then picked up food again if I had to? Let me know, and I'll be very intrigued to hear. So yeah, thanks for watching, folks. There'll be another game. The first game from the Unicorn Mannequin Madness will be out in a couple of days' time. On Friday, on Saturday, and then all the games from that tournament will be coming up soon. So yeah. Oh, by the way, I just want to say huge congratulations to the community and to I'm gonna get the name of I'm gonna quickly go onto Discord and find out the name. The company that makes Wingspan Digital, is it? It's Monster something, and I want to call it Monster Crunch, but that sounds more like a cereal. Is it Monster Couch? I'm gonna get this right. This is terrible. I'm looking through, I'm scouring through Discord now trying to find the name of the company. Where is it? And it's not telling me. Oh my good god, I was not prepared for this at all. Right, I'm gonna, you know what I'm gonna do? Professional. I'm gonna pause the recording. There we go. Oh, found it. Right, Monster Couch. Right, so congratulations to Monster Couch and the community, because as of the time of the recording and the time that you see this, yesterday was the release day of the Oceania expansion onto digital. And I saw a couple of videos about it, and I haven't got the expansion yet, but I managed to play a game last night, and it'd be really funny if I'd recorded it, because it was literally just like 40 minutes of me just saying, what the fuck is going on? There's just the board is all completely different. There are funky birds which I've never seen before, yellow powers. There's a resource called Nectar flying around. It's all mental. I'm just like, I don't know what's happening. But still managed to get over 100 in that game, though. The scores are very inflated, by the way. It's just the way the game's is just a little bit different. There's a new scoring mechanism with Nectar and all that stuff to add in more points. So the fact I had no idea what I was doing, and yet I got something like 112. So I dread to think what all the pros are going to be getting. But anyway, so yeah, I'm still a little bit undecided if I'm going to get Oceania or not, but that can be a topic for another video. So anyway, thanks for watching, folks. Have fun playing Oceania if you've got it, and I'll see you in the next episode very soon. Take care. Bye bye.